Hi, this is Mike Hendrickson from Strata Data in New York City. I'm here with Matt Winkler from Microsoft. Matt, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. So, how has this event been for you guys?
Oh, it's been really great on a couple of different angles. It's always good to get to meet the attendees, hanging out at the booth, kind of having everybody come through and talking about what we're up to and hearing what's interesting for them. We've had a number of different sessions across the conference on topics ranging from data cataloging to different deep learning techniques for text analysis, as well as deployment to edge devices. And so it's always good to give those talks. Reception to those has been well. And then Joseph Sarosh was in on the keynote this morning, along with Dana Boyd, talking about kind of some of the work that they're up to. And so, yeah, it's been great.
Excellent. So when you look at the AI market, to me it looks like, in a way, the Kentucky Derby. There's like 6 to 8 maybe contenders that want to win and want to be the leader. How do you see that shaping up in the next couple of years?
Yeah, to me, it's a super exciting time. We can kind of rewind the clock to the stratas that we were having a number of years ago as kind of big data was happening. It actually feels kind of even more kind of ready to explode than that in some ways. And I think it's, if you look at people at every layer of the stack, whether that's a hardware vendor or all the way up to, somebody who's building SaaS applications, we're trying to make, life better for our customers. We're trying to create engaging products. And the ways that we can do that are greatly influenced by a lot of these techniques. Being able to create something that's more personalized, has better recommendations, can engage with you more effectively or makes you more productive. I think we see kind of everyone looking to go and do that. And one of the things I love about working at Microsoft is the breadth at which we can go and do that. Kind of ranging from something like putting features into Office, whether that's Word or PowerPoint, or into a set of SaaS applications like Dynamics, for managing CRM or ERP, all the way down to the platform layer where we're looking to go and enable developers and data scientists to go build these same things for their applications. And I spend most of my time at that platform layer, and it's incredibly inspiring to see all of the different customer use cases that kind of come through these. Everyone is looking at how do they get an advantage from the data that they have, and how
every company.
Every company,
and then every division in Microsoft's probably doing that as well.
Yeah. We have kind of, if you think about the birthday cake diagram, kind of at the platform layer of the hardware, services, and software that we provide, we end up having internal customers just as well as external customers. And what's exciting is to see kind of they're doing many of the same things. They're using lots of the same tools and techniques, and yeah.
And so Microsoft really, you span every piece of this whole stack, right? You have large enterprise customers that have worked with you for decades. Mm-hmm. You have large enterprise customers that are fairly new and trying to transform, like they don't want to be left out. Mm-hmm. So how are you guys, as such a big company, working with some of your larger partners, how do you unify and bring all that together?
Yeah, that is something that really impacts every part of the process, from kind of what our field and account teams do and how they interact with customers, all the way down to what are the products and services and tools that we're building. And we try and work across that stack of folks, kind of all the way from product out to customer. And one of the exciting things is really seeing the engagement that we get to have with customers, directly on the teams that are building the product, to learn from them, to hear from them, this is what's working for us, or hey, this is a technique that's starting to become really interesting. How can I go solve this problem? And from a product perspective, we can look at that and then start to design things that will go scale out to more and more customers who are also looking to solve very, very similar problems.
So do we have a little bit of a cart and a horse situation where we're ahead with data now, but AI is going to accelerate and get going really fast? And do we have enough knowledge how to put this to real use right now?
I think we're starting to see a lot of the use cases emerge. I think you can look at it and say we're very early in the stage of how companies are going to go and transform. And they're looking at how do they do that in a responsible way, in kind of a way that's best for their customers.
Ethical way, yeah.
And, so I think we're early on in that. I think people are trying to be very intentional about how they learn and apply these techniques. But I think what we'll see over the next, certainly in the next kind of 12 to 18 months short term, but then kind of the 3 to 5 year long term, I think you're going to see an explosion of, organizations that are leveraging the insight from their data to go make better decisions and to go build better products. And in some ways, you can look at some of this as just a continuation of a path they may already be on, but enabling them to have new tools and new techniques. A really good example is we've worked with a number of customers that are looking, they're working in, industries that have been around for a very long time, power, transportation, and they're looking now at how can they take, drone-based imagery and use that to augment their predictive maintenance scenarios. So those are things that have been around for a while, predictive maintenance, power, but really now, hey, I can actually take images and analyze those as part of the data that I'm using. And so, we see a lot of that.
So we're really just on that steep curve going up with the AI and machine learning. It's really on that steep slope.
Yeah.
So if we were to sit down 12 months from now, how much further up that slope are we going to be? What are we going to be seeing in the market, do you think?
Yeah, I think the things that we'll be seeing in the market, I think if you look at kind of the trends that we see today, the notion about being able to deploy AI as close to the event as possible. I think we're going to see more of that. We've seen a tremendous uptick in customers that are doing things, in Internet of Things style scenarios, and they're moving, past monitoring, or even alerting, really to how can I go and push decisions to the thing. So I think that's one thing we'll see. I think you'll continue to see an explosion of frameworks and tools. I think it's it's kind of a very it's a fun time to be a technologist because that expansion is occurring. One of the exciting things I think of as the kind of hardware arms race that's happening, across CPUs, GPUs, FPGAs, and other stuff. All of that's going to result in a win for customers because they're going to get a lot of choice in form factor and cost and latency. And I think in 12 months' time, those are going to be more widely distributed.
It's
you'll
like
see more folks.
Moore's Law improving everything still?
Yeah. I mean, we'll be 12 months down the path there.
Yeah. Excellent, Matt. We look forward to that journey with you
guys.
Great.
Thank you.